really appreciate you guys dialing this up for us. All right, now we're going to move on to the doubleheader for Monday Night Football. We have 2 games again this week, but we're going to start with the Ravens and Bucks. And in terms of player props, we're only going to do 1 player prop between these 2 games for the doubleheader. And we're going to start with the Ravens and Bucks. John, tell me, what's your best bet for this Monday night matchup between the Ravens and Bucks?
Well, yeah, I was going to say there's not a lot of receiving lines out for the Chargers and Arizona game at this point. And I think that even with that, we probably all be looking at this Baltimore-Tampa Bay game anyways, because if you're looking to take overs, these shootout possible games are definitely where you want to look. I love the shootout potential of this one, and I think the Bucks do too. Like I mentioned earlier, that's the only way that they win games is by putting up 30 points usually, with the exception of them beating Detroit in a close one in Detroit earlier this year. So, he's had Isaiah Likely's had 26 or more yards in 8 of his last 10. Had a little, he's a very off and on player, but I think this is going to be the pass heavy game that gets him back to hit similar to his week 1 performance that we all remember on Thursday Night Football to open the season, where he went for 111 against the Chiefs. And so again, sets up perfectly because Tampa Bay is 28th in pass yards allowed. And this is a very low line, 26.5 receiving yards. I think he gets this. This could be a first half cash right here. So, if this bet doesn't hit, you can cut me off like Aaron Rodgers did with his family. So, what do you guys think?
Oh man, I like it, man. Especially with a lot of attention is going to be on Zay Flowers from the last week he's had. Like you said, I can see Likely getting in this in less than 3 receptions in the first half. Lamar, he has been spreading the ball out. As much as he can with his scarce receivers. Isaiah Likely has been a very, probably his biggest target. And yeah, like you said, it's gonna be a shootout. Isaiah Likely is definitely going to eat. I see him getting between 65 and 77 yards this game.
Isaiah Likely ladder incoming possibly. Tyler, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is a very opportunistic play. It's funny with Baltimore and their tight ends. To me, it's been sort of like a seesaw where you'll see Isaiah Likely do well and you'll see Mark Andrews not do well. And then the seesaw will go to the other side and you'll see Mark Andrews do well and Isaiah Likely be kind of quiet. Andrews had a good week last week and had a touchdown. So I think this is the perfect time for them to go back to Isaiah Likely like they were in the beginning of the year and giving him a lot of targets. So this is a really low line, especially when we've been able to see Likely put up some pretty big time numbers. So I really like this, man, and might have to tail you on it.
Yeah, I love it. Beta, what looks good to you on this Monday night menu?
Come on, man. Like I said before, man, buckle up because Chris Godwin is about to put on a show this Monday night. That's 77.5 receiving yards. Light work for the man with the scorching 97.7 EP score. Come on, don't get no better than that. Unless it was 99.9. But you think the Ravens defense can stop him? Nah, look, man, Godwin's about to blow right past him. Like I said, he just gave the Saints 125 yards. He's been eating secondaries alive, and Baltimore's up next. And Godwin is ready to feast again. That ball is going to be coming his way all night, and we're cashing in big on that over. Bet on Godwin, bet on greatness. Let's hit that over and keep it rolling. Hashtag Godwin on fire. Hashtag Monday Night Lock. Talk to me.
I'm loving the hashtag game.
Come on, man.
It's strong.
He goes, I don't want to talk about the pick. I want to talk about the hashtag game.
Talk about the hashtag, man.
It's just fire, No, I love this pick. He went off last week, and I think it plays into this game script. I think there's going to be a lot of passing yards in this game on both sides. I think Mike Evans could hit his over. Chris Godwin could hit his over. But if you're betting one of the two guys, Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, I'd go Chris Godwin this week for sure. Yeah, so
easy.
Love it. Tyler, what do you think?
Yeah, I love it as well. He's obviously, in that slot role, he's been absolutely thriving this year. I agree it should be a high-scoring affair. And if the Bucs are going to want to keep up or win this game, Chris Godwin is going to have to be a major part of this game plan. And Mike Evans has been a bit streaky this year, and I believe he may not play because of injury. I could be wrong there, but he kind of has up and down weeks where Godwin is very consistent. And then when they're winning, it seems that Godwin's really in his bag and doing his thing. So I think if this is even somewhat close, Godwin's going to have no problem hitting this over. So Keep doing your thing, B. Dot. I love it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. The Baker Mayfield and Godwin connection, man. Bait God, that's what I call him. I call him the Bait God because they're going to cook. And we got God up there making sure we're going to hit this goddamn line.
That's some solid logic right there.
Man, thank you, man. Speaking of Bait God.
Yeah, I mean, this leads me right into it. I'm going with Baker touchdown maker, ladies and gentlemen. Give me Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdowns for this game. Baker leads the NFL with 15 passing touchdowns this season. He's been absolutely firing on all cylinders. Now, if you look at his last three of four games, he's had 2+ touchdowns. So he hasn't had any issues getting over this number during the season. And if you look at Baltimore's defense, they've allowed the second most fantasy points per game to opposing QBs. So quarterbacks tend to do their thing against Baltimore. So for all those reasons, plus, like we said, it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Give me Baker touchdown maker for 2+ touchdowns. Talk to me, boys. What do we think?
Hey, man, I'm telling you like a quarter, bro. I'm definitely going with the Bake Show, man. He's having one of them the Ryan Fitzpatrick's type year. He done threw hella interceptions, but he gonna make sure he gets touchdowns in. He's slanging that thing, no pun intended. And like you said, it's gonna be a high-scoring game. In Baltimore secondary, man, they worse than my ex. So I can see this line. I can see him hitting this line damn near probably in the first half. F around hit it in the first quarter.
No, for sure. I love it. Sorry, I'm just like, is there anything else that you could put on your head on top of that B-Dot? I'm just wondering if we could just
man, it's Halloween. I got more costumes than Michael Jackson, man. Stop playing with me.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I was gonna say, Tyler, the consistency, the matchup, the game script all kind of feed into this, plus a decent EP score. I think all signs point to Baker Mayfield over 1.5 pass touchdowns. I love it for sure.
Awesome. All right, now let's get into the actual game picks for this matchup between the Bucks and the Ravens. John, who do you like, Ravens or Bucks?
Well, like I said over and over in this podcast, the Bucks love a shootout, and the best way to keep Derrick Henry, off the field is by scoring lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of points. And I mean lots of points because the Baltimore Ravens are not going to just abandon the run game. So I'm going to give Baltimore a slight edge in this one, but I think they win by a field goal in overtime. So give me the points. I think the Bucks cover here in a close one that comes down to the wire. But who you got, Rick James?
Man, look, man, it's Baltimore Ravens. Look, I got the Ravens, man. As long as Lamar don't turn the ball over, okay? No interceptions. Be careful with the fumbles. I think the Ravens are going to win. I don't want to say handily, but I feel as though they'll win by 10 points. And I think their offense is too explosive. I think Lamar, regular season Lamar is different. Regular season Lamar is like throwback Peyton Manning, man. Not in the passing yards, but I'm just talking about in terms of yards and fantasy score in general. He's going to pile it up on a run. He's going to pile it up through the air. So I got the Ravens winning easily, not easily, but by 10. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
You're all right. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
But like I said, devil's advocate. If Buccaneers do win, I got the red on, just like when San Francisco won last time. So look,
that's true.
And I got the Baker Cowboy hat on.
I think you're covered. Yeah. Ty, who you got?
So yeah, this one is kind of tricky to cap, to be honest with you, but I got to go with the Baltimore Ravens minus 3.5 points on this one. Now, if you look back to last week, Bucks are coming off a 50-point performance, but Baker did have 3 picks in that game. If he does anything like that in this game, I definitely don't see them winning. Not to mention, they're coming off just an extremely emotional week following the hurricane in Florida. They had to evacuate and actually had to practice most of the week in New Orleans. So it's just been a very emotional week on and off the field for this team, in my opinion. And if you look at the Ravens, they're looking like one of the top contenders in the AFC right now. I think the combination of Lamar and Derrick Henry is going to be too much for the Bucks to handle on this one. So give me the Ravens minus 3.5. I have them winning by at least 6 points. Let's get it.
Love it.
Well, we already know B-Dot's thoughts because he's riding with me. So let's keep this moving here. We have the second game of the doubleheader for Monday Night Football, and this is the Chargers at the Arizona Cardinals. John, kicking it back to you. Who do you like?
This was also a tough one to kind of pick. A lot of injuries on both of these teams for sure. But I'm going to go with Arizona here, +2. I think we actually had it as +2.5. So I will take that extra half point since this line has moved when I screenshotted it. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is in concussion protocol, but he is back to practice with a non-contact jersey, which means he's in that next stage of the concussion protocol. So he's on track to clear concussion protocol to play in this game. But, again, anything can happen. Concussions are weird. The Arizona injury report is long, but the Chargers is actually longer, if you can believe it. And Arizona's playing at home here. I like that angle. Even if this was in Los Angeles, there's not really any such thing as a Chargers home game anymore. So give me the team with give me the home team and some points to go with it. I'll take Arizona. What do you think, Prince?
Listen, man. Come Monday, it's gonna be 5 days left until the new Call of Duty Black Ops is dropped. All right. Kyler Murray ain't focused on none of this, man. He ain't come, man. I'm going with them Chargers, okay? I'm going with them Chargers. I trust Justin Herbert more than Kyler Murray. That's not saying much, but the show that Kyler put on, last week against Green Bay, he's on my ban list for now. All right. Them little legs was not running. Them little legs was not churning. Come on, little tink tink. It was not going. So I'm going with the Chargers. Arizona, like you said, they're pretty beat up. They don't have Marvin Harrison. They might not have Marvin Harrison. And I just don't think Kyler Murray and James Conner by themselves is going to prevail past this Los Angeles Chargers team. Talk to me, Tyler. Come on now, you 1 for 1 so far.
I'm with you, B-Dot. I might have to fly out to you and we'll have to just watch these games on Monday night, man, and just make fun of John while our teams are winning. I'm going with the Chargers as well. -2.5, 2.5. It don't matter. If you look at the Chargers this year, they're a top 10 defense, and they are the NFL's top scoring defense. So they get after offenses this year. Now, looking at the Cardinals side of things, they do struggle defending the run this year. I do expect J.K. Dobbins to absolutely feast in this one, who's had nearly 90 rushing yards a game this season. So give me the Chargers -2.5. I think their physicality on both sides is just going to be too much for this Arizona team to handle.
I love it. I'm on an island by myself for both of these games, so we'll see how that works out.
Well, that island will be Buffalo since you'll be flying there and attending the game this week. So,
that's true. That's a good island to be on. Plenty of provisions. Exactly. I was gonna say plenty of alcoholic provisions in the island of Buffalo, so we'll be good.
Good luck using the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help out the channel, and we appreciate it. Also, leave us a comment to let us know what you'd like to see more of, or what player props you may be playing, or what bets you may be making this week. And be sure to also take advantage of our free trial for the Elite Picks app. The link is in the description below. Good luck, everybody, and we will see you guys next time.